You know what can be just as hard as losing the weight? Actually believing that you've gotten the results that you've gotten. And I don't mean logically, because if weight loss was all about logic, then the first time we decided that we wanted to make this change would be we would, be in that consistent calorie deficit, we'd make the change, there'd be no emotional ties to it. But we have a very complex relationship with eating, exercise, and how we see ourselves as a person, our value, our worth, in a number of different situations. So it's not that straightforward that, oh, you get the results and you just feel, hey, I'm good now. And you know this, I would say. I'd say during the years, the decades, the time that you've been on a weight loss journey, the ups and downs, you know that uh, your mind doesn't catch up to your body. And the thing is if you're not intentional about this, it won't catch up. So, what you have to do, because you've got this entire way of viewing yourself right now that has been collected over the years that you've taken in, and a lot of this stuff has been unintentional by you, and honestly, in many cases, when people have said things to you or things have been said and you have felt a certain way from those many of those weren't intentional. Some of them were. Those are very hard and destructive things to hear, right? When those comments are made, but not, it's not, it hasn't been intentional to this point, but now you can be intentional about it. And in so many of this, it literally can be do the opposite. When you get in front of a mirror, start to build yourself up instead of tearing yourself down. This takes practice. When you start, just you're out somewhere and you're in your thoughts and your mind starts to just go down this entire loop and you're 6 7 thoughts deep before you even catch yourself. Pulling yourself out of that and redirecting can be done, but that takes practice. Pausing before you go down those thought loops can be done, but that also takes practice. So the hardest part is catching up mentally. The approach that I talk a lot about, the inside out approach, the forever active lifestyle, what we're building here is you start working on this mental approach now. You have everything inside you that you need to do this. You have the experience. You are the expert on your own life. This is just structured in a different way, really the opposite way of how much of the fitness industry operates, which is, hey, if you get the results, you're going to feel good, and that's going to solve a lot of your problems. And then anybody that's actually gotten those results knows it feels good, but not in the way that you thought it would. So if you're brand new to the YLF message, the Your Level Fitness message, head to yourlevelfitness.com. I've got a ton of self-paced resources for you to actually, not a ton. I have a framework, which there's a ton of things within that. There's a framework, and then there's these journal prompts that are layers deep that I send out. So these are, when I say layers deep, I ask you a question. There's a follow up to that. So you really kind of start to dig in and figure out this nuanced stuff. But you can go to the site and see that there. And if you want the journal prompts, just go to yourlevelfitness.com/email. Sign up for them there. But that's what I have for you. So if you're listening onto the podcast and you're brand new, welcome. If you like what you're hearing, go ahead and subscribe. If you've been around for a while and you like what you're hearing, which clearly you've been around for a while, right? Go and you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. And then once you do that, please rate and review the podcast. That helps get the message out. What also helps is sharing this message, sharing the podcast as a whole with others. So send this episode, send the podcast to somebody that you think would absolutely appreciate it. If you're watching on YouTube and you're new, welcome. If you like what you're watching, go ahead and subscribe. If you've been here for a while, I keep showing up, you keep watching, you might as well go ahead and subscribe. And the other thing you might as well do, YouTube thinks you're going to like this video that's right here, so check that out. But don't spend a ton of time going down the rabbit hole, just a little bit of time down the rabbit hole, much more time connecting with yourself and working on this inside out approach. So that is what I have for you. Thank you as always for listening and watching, and I'll talk to you again real soon.